just ask me if we've had any fan correspondence.
Also, Jack, you recommended a film to me recently. Do you remember what film that was?
No.
Pitch Perfect 2. Let's do that bit again where you remember.
Okay.
Do you remember what film that was?
No.
Fuck's sake.
I remember.
Go on, Dan.
It was Pitch Perfect 2, Jack.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, of course.
2 out of 5. Very underwhelmed. Now, has any of our fans recommended anything to us this week, Jack?
No.
Well, I tried.
Why did you say that? They haven't.
Well, I tried.
You're really bad. Ask me if any fans have interacted with us, Liam.
Jack, have any of our fans interacted with us?
Yes, Liam, they have.
Holy shit and blow me down.
It's from esteemed, page artist Tom Hogan, who listeners may know does our Twitter art.
We also did a shout out to him earlier in this episode.
We did. I mentioned, he's the one that lives in Woking. Hey, Tom, again.
Sup, thanks for the art.
He has sent us.
Well, one second
email.
before you. Tom, we've now got a YouTube channel, and we could do some more art for it because the current art that we've got is awful.
It's bad.
It's
I look
so
really
bad.
creepy in it.
Yeah. So if you could maybe just pop over to our YouTube channel. We don't have a custom URL yet, so just head over. Look at the current header art, and then just think, how could I make this better?
It should be really fucking easy.
Yeah. If you could do that for us, that'd be delightful.
Yeah.
So all the other listeners that just had to listen to that very
good
personal
Lord.
message, sorry, the normal show will now resume.
So, Tom wrote into us, sent us an email, and he said, "Hi nerds. Firstly, I apologise for lack of art and general interaction. Work has been busy, and then I was on holiday. It's alright, Tom, we forgive you."
Lazy.
Dan doesn't. Then he said, "I thought I'd send an email and make up for it, and because I'm not sure 140 characters is going to cut it." He's right, it's a little bit of a long email, but we'll forgive him.
No, it's good. If more people
It
could
is.
send
No,
us
it is.
emails like this, then we'd have even more content for the show. And as our listeners know, we struggle to hit our time limits.
Jack can't be bothered to read ahead in this email, so there could be spoilers. If there are, Jack might edit it later and beep them out. Civil War. I watched Civil War yesterday. I would like to state right now that I really enjoyed it and would rate it 4.5 out of 5 on my own personal arbitrary scale. Being so good, though, means I think I know exactly why I don't find it a 5 out of 5. But I'll briefly discuss the whole thing. The story was good and told well. I liked that personally I didn't really find either Tony or Steve to be wrong or right. I sympathised with them both equally. I also always like when movies merge characters, so really enjoyed all the superheroes together in one film. But, that being said, there's a small part of me that feels some of the characters were kind of just shoehorned in, particularly Ant-Man. I love Ant-Man and Paul Rudd and was happy to see him in the movie regardless, but it did feel like the film could have worked without him.
Oh, that is
Might
a
beep
spoiler.
that bit.
That's
Yeah,
a spoiler.
That's going to have a little beep in it. On the same kind of lines, I felt Tony going to a 15-year-old Spider-Man for help seemed more to just get him in the movie, but again, really liked the new Spider-Man. Lastly, the movie has made me scared, in a good way though, I guess. I feel uneasy that some of the Avengers are still not best pleased with Tony and won't be working together for a bit, but I guess I'll just have to wait and see what happens between now and when they ultimately become friends again to kill Thanos in a few years. Maybe. Probably. What do you guys think will happen between now and then? There's 2 more Infinity Stones to find, and the Avengers are divided. Are you looking forward to Doctor Strange? Anyway, as I said, 4.5 out of 5. Would see again.
So, to answer that question that he kindly asked, I'm curious about Doctor Strange. I wouldn't say I'm, eager. I'll go and see it, obviously, but if we were to think in, terms of anticipation, with comic book movies coming up, it would go Suicide Squad, then Doctor Strange, then X-Men Apocalypse.
I mean, I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange because one of your issues was the whole very formulaic Marvel films, and I think because Doctor Strange is an entirely magic based one.
Yeah. Doctor Strange could completely blow the doors open for Marvel. The issue is it's going to be how they do it. It will be interesting, and that it shouldn't be formulaic. Hopefully, but I don't want to predict how they're going to do it because that would be foolish.
But yeah, it is also interesting that there are still more Infinity Stones. Did we see? We've seen Thanos in after credit scenes.
Yeah.
Does he had his Infinity Gauntlet, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think the Age of Ultron credits.
Did it have a stone in it? Do we know?
I don't remember, mate.
Because he might already have one. Do we know that? Yeah, I don't know either. That's something to look into. Anyway, he writes a little. There's only a little bit left. He writes a little bit more, saying about Ren and Stimpy, which listeners will remember we are talking about this episode. He says, "Ren and Stimpy. I have memories of finding Ren and Stimpy creepy as hell when I was young. Today I was surprised to find that at 25 years of age, Ren and Stimpy is still creepy as hell for some reason. Much love, your friendly neighbourhood Tomothy."
Thank you for that correspondence. We really appreciate it.
We do, Tom. Liam does sound sarcastic, but I believe that was him trying to be honest.
That was me. Like I tried to switch my genuine button on, but I guess
it didn't work. No.
Hang on, I can do it again. Thank you, Tom, for your email. We really appreciate it.
It was fine at the beginning.
Yeah.
But you sort of dropped it at the end there.
Thanks, Tom, for your email. I super appreciate it.
I'll take one of the
again,
three.
it's the end.
I'll just cut them together, Dan.
Hang on. Thank you, Tom, for your email. I super appreciate it.
No, bad. Just say the bit, I super appreciate it.
I super appreciate it.
Now say it as if you're talking about a film that you really like.
I super appreciate it.
There we go.
Perfect.
Swap my culture time?
Swap my culture! Now it's time for culture swap. Dan, this time, we discussed this at the beginning. But, you know, just to remind you, he recommended we do the first 6 episodes, so basically the entire first season.
Yeah, it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah, it is.
I didn't watch them all, but sure.
Yeah, of Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm going to finish them and continue with them.
Liam?
Oh, no, right, here's the thing, okay? I think our listeners are going to be like, Liam's really moody whenever it's not something that he recommends they talk about. But that's not true.
I'm glad you've realised that people are going to start noticing that.
That's not true.
I've known that for a fucking while.
Fuck off, right? I didn't recommend Nailbiter, and I really enjoyed that.
Nailbiter.
Your girlfriend recommended Nailbiter.
Yeah, she operates outside of my control most of the time. I'm sure there's been other things that have been recommended that I enjoyed. The Santa Claus, I was pleasantly surprised by.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah, the fact you enjoyed Santa Claus.
Yeah. He also watched 3 films as opposed to 1.
Oh my god, when are you going to shut up about that?
Never!
What did you not like about Ren and Stimpy then? Like...
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing that too.
I just feel like, when I was watching it, it made me feel really old, and like I just kind of didn't really understand it.
What?
Yeah, I just didn't get it.
What didn't you get? It's just for listeners that don't know.
It is an old animation.
It's an old animation.
It is.
But it's a kids cartoon that was made in 1991.
Yeah.
I would have been 4.
Yeah, me and Dan was 0 or possibly 1.
I would have been a couple of months.
Dan was a couple of months. I was probably 0. I was being born.
Would you not have been gestating?
When did it actually come out? I'm going to quickly check.
I'm pretty sure it was... Oh, actually, that doesn't help. I was about to say 2004, but that was when the DVD, I think, was that the remastered DVD came out.
It's 1991, but like, there's not a specific. August 11th. I was literally 6 days old.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's a kids' cartoon.
Yeah.
But the notable thing about Ren and Stimpy, I did a bit of research into it as well, and was having a little look. And the notable thing is that Ren and Stimpy is one of the first children's cartoons to break away from. So before that, you had like the sort of traditional like Looney Tunes and stuff, which were very much
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, which were very much just aimed at kids. There was no.
Wait a second, wait. Tom and Jerry is very similar to it in a sense.
Well, yeah, there's that episode that really kind of heavily references it.
Well, that's true.
But the thing with Ren and Stimpy was that the guy that created it, John Crickfalusi, possibly,
if you say so,
he specifically was fed up with the sort of. He thought that a lot of kids' cartoons at the time were made in a very sort of conformist way. I don't think that's the right way of saying it, but like they were very like dulled down. There wasn't a lot of filthy humour and like kids like playing in mud and being filthy effectively.
Do they?
He thought those. Yes, Liam.
I mean, just because you did, I never really liked being too dirty.
Let me rectify that. Human children really like sort of being messy.
Kids like playing in the mud. They like making a mess.
They're describing it as off-colour humour, violence. Yeah, all right. There's a lot of violence in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so in Tom and Jerry there was.
I think they really no, but there's not in the same way that there is in Ren and Stimpy.
Well, no, there's violence, but the Ren and Stimpy makes it a bit more I don't know, with the like sound effects, it's a lot. Well, I don't know, but
I really like the sound
But
effects.
okay, so here's
We'll come back to that.
Here's what I'm thinking, right? With Tom and Jerry, there is violence and there's all that stuff, but it's not like dark violence. It's not weird and creepy and odd. It's very much like spit-shined violence. Like someone gets whacked on the head and gets a bump, and they're like, "Oh, he's dizzy for a
even the
minute."
Looney Tunes. You think it like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner? That's super violent.
Yeah, but it's not. But it's very polished violence.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not-
Yeah, I forgot about the bare knuckle boxing in Ren and Stimpy.
No, okay. So here's what it is, Liam. When Roadrunner runs through a painting and then Wile E. Coyote bumps into it, he gets a lump on his head and he looks at the camera and he shrugs and then he falls over, right?
Sure.
In Ren and Stimpy, what happens when someone gets hurt is you get a horrifying close-up of their face contorting into disgusting like features, and then their eyes, instead of weeping, their eyes slowly and horrifically just squirt out chunks of water. Like, Ren and Stimpy wasn't trying to be... It wasn't trying to be like... If a parent watched Ren and Stimpy, they weren't going to be like, oh, this is perfectly fine. It was a little bit more risque in terms of kids' cartoons.
Okay.
Yeah? Is that fair to say, Liam?
I guess, like, I wouldn't consider myself an expert in kids' cartoons, so...
Dan is. That's why we have Dan on the show. Dan, is that fair of me to say?
I would.
Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say. Like, it was the first one to really do that.
I think the thing is, I prefer the kids' cartoons now, where they're a little bit more thoughtful, and there's continuity to them, which you really don't get with Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, but it's not meant to, like... I feel like you've got to look at this objectively, like, for what it is.
I don't have to do anything.
You don't have to, that's true. I can't force you.
You can't hold him down.
He don't need no man.
No. I really liked the sound effects. I thought they were really good.
It's fantastic. Like,
yeah, the sound effects were the start of the show, really.
No, I think that was Ren and Stimpy, Liam.
No, I just...
It's a bit of classic Jack humour for
if
you
you
there.
think, right, each episode is split into, like, 2 stories, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I've sat through 12 stories of this now, and I could barely tell you what happened in each one. Because they were just so almost irrelevant.
Okay. But that's kind of what kind of cartoons are supposed to kind of do, in a sense. Like,
Yeah.
they take you out of...
Yeah, but I feel like I couldn't... Like, I don't really have a handle on who Ren and Stimpy are as characters.
But again, I feel like you're trying to go too in-depth with it.
No, I'm not. You were the one earlier that
got, like,
was
a
trying to
raging
read
talk.
into it, all these deep layers and stuff. I'm trying to just take it
What
on face value.
Liam's referring to there, listeners, so that it doesn't come across that that's what I was trying to do, was I was talking about the fact that Ren and Stimpy has adult jokes and sexual innuendo in it.
Yeah, which does.
Yeah, it does. It's
It
specifically...
passed me by.
Let me just quote for you the Wikipedia article that I have opened for looking at the things. Throughout its run, the show was controversial for its off-colour humour, sexual innuendo, dark humour, adult jokes, and violence. Well, which is interesting, Liam, because it sounds like you're trying to say there wasn't that.
No, I'm not saying
is.
there wasn't that. I'm saying I didn't see that in it when I was watching it.
Well, that's because you're too innocent, buddy.
Exactly. One thing I did think of that I wanted to mention. So, did you both see the episode where they worked as fire dogs?
No.
I did, so that must have been like episode
I think
4.
that's the next one I need to watch.
Okay. There's a scene, right, where there's a woman up a big tower and she's dropping things and they've got to catch them, and one of the things she drops is a baby.
Yeah.
And it falls and it's giant and it squashes them. Now that made me think, did either of you ever play the Sega Mega Drive game Zombies Ate My Neighbours, I think it was?
No.
I didn't, but I know about it.
So good. One of the bosses is a giant a giant baby that you have to somehow destroy. And just watching that made me think of that game, and I had like warm fuzzy nostalgia feelings.
Good.
Basically, I was bored watching these episodes and my mind wandered.
I disagree. I didn't particularly enjoy it. Like, I'm not coming to this saying that I thought this was the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, I probably won't continue watching it.
Oh,
I
But
definitely won't.
I didn't hate it. I didn't like, at the end of it, I wasn't like Liam is. I wasn't like, I didn't get this, I didn't understand it, and I don't like
right,
it.
hang on. I didn't hate it, I just didn't like it. You cannot like something without hating it.
but like, there's plenty of other things like to enjoy about it. Like, a lot of the reasons why I enjoy cartoons as well is the kind of the animation and knowing how much effort, especially with that time, how much effort went into animating it, and
See,
especially with the detail of some of the faces.
Yeah.
That's kind of what annoys me about animation.
What?
It's a lot of wasted effort. I'm like, why didn't they just film this? It would have saved a lot of time.
Film it.
Liam is also very anti-animation.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm not a fan.
Sorry, just film it with with babies dropping out of buildings, squashing a chihuahua and a cat.
Yeah. That'd be much better.
Did you notice that it was Billy West that voiced Stimpy?
I did. I don't know who he is, but I noticed it.
Fry in Futurama.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked at his IMDb and I saw he was in Futurama, but I didn't know who he was in it. Because I could have just carried on scrolling in IMDb to find that out, but...
Yeah, I imagine that's quite high up on his credentials.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I disagree with you, Liam. I don't think
Who
it's...
was your favourite character, Ren or Stimpy?
Ren.
Really?
Yeah, I like Stimpy.
I like Stimpy.
Yeah, well, that's because you two are simpletons.
It's something more relaxed.
I felt a sense of connection with Ren.
What, the angry chihuahua?
Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
A raging...
I watched it, and there was one point where I was like, if me and Liam were characters from this show, who would we be? And I was like, I would be Ren,
Yeah.
and Liam would be Stimpy.
But this is the whole just between us again, where it's who's the Gabby and the Alison. Like, we're always going to be different, Jack.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing that we're different.
No, but why do I have to be the simple one?
Well,
Oh wait, no, the
Stimpy
simple
was-
but lovable one.
Stimpy
It's
was
fine.
quite
It's more for
relaxed
the
as
laid
well.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
Not because you're an idiot.
No.
You are, but not
Well,
because of
I'm
that.
not. I think all of our listeners would agree to that.
Well,
At least some of them.
maybe.
My girlfriend.
Yeah. After you tell her to say it.
Yes. I don't want to be a complete negative Nelly, so there was something that I did really like, and that was in between each of the main stories there would be a little animated advert or something, or a little skit, if you will.
Log and the cornflakes.
Yeah.
Or not frosted milk, even.
Yeah, I really like those bits, particularly the log one.
Yeah, the log was great.
Yeah. I think Ren and Stimpy maybe would have worked better as very short skits instead of 10-minute long episodes.
But they're only 10 minutes.
I
Yeah,
know,
that's
and even
not
that
long.
felt long. You've got to be doing something wrong if 10 minutes feels long.
Yeah, but only you thought it felt long.
You know. Okay, so alright, let's be fair.
Yeah.
What was your favourite stories?
I really like all the space stories are really good.
Yeah, I watched the space one on the train on the way home.
That
today.
sounded like something a simple child would be. I like the space ones. They were
Well, do you know-
really
okay,
good.
I like the cat and mouse one actually, where they
Oh, this
which
one,
is
Joey
actually
one.
which is the second part of the space one, I think. Where so Ren plays the mouse and then
Yeah.
Stimpy plays the cat because he's a cat.
Yeah.
And especially the end bit where Stimpy puts Ren in his mouth and he's trying not to eat him, but all that detail of his mouth and munching him, and I love that. And all the sound effects as well. I like.
There's I think there's one coming up where Ren gets ill and Stimpy has to look after him. I
He's a
have a
nurse,
feeling you're
yeah.
going to like that.
Yes,
That
that's
one is
the
good.
I think that was the one before where Stimpy's the nurse, and
Yeah,
I did like that.
because there was a lot of close-ups and sort of.
I love those. Yeah, I love those detailed things. It's kind of another reason why I enjoy SpongeBob. Because they do those kind of cutaways sometimes where you have real big detailed
Yeah.
things.
I've never seen an episode of SpongeBob.
Jesus
What?
Christ, Liam.
Sorry, I was too busy watching good things like Power Rangers and what was there was another one that was like Power Rangers, but they were all
Must have been
Beatles.
so good.
They were all
Oh,
what?
Beetle-
Beetles?
Yeah.
Beetleborgs.
Beetleborgs,
Yeah.
that was banging.
Beetleborgs was good. Street Sharks.
Never saw that.
Oh my god, you guys were missing out.
I
What about
watched that. Hold on.
Sorry.
What about
Sorry, let me redo that. Liam,
Wasn't
you
it
were missing
animated
out.
though?
Yeah, it was. Liam would hate it.
Oh no, animated. I remember seeing it. I never actually saw it, but I've seen drawings of it.
I used to have a toy of the Great White Shark. He was awesome.
Did you ever see Biker Mice from Mars?
Yep,
Yep.
I loved Biker
That
Mice
was
from
good.
Mars.
So something else that came to mind when I was watching Ren Stimpy, the credits, it would always have art or animation direction by someone, and then just general directed by, and it got me thinking: how does one direct a cartoon? So obviously, when you direct a movie, you're sort of sat behind the camera and you tell everyone what to do. But when you direct a cartoon, do you just say to someone, "Draw this for me"?
So you have storyboards, don't you? So
Yeah.
you have somebody who's kind of in charge of obviously the direction of the story and how you want it to go, and then you have people who would storyboard those ideas. There's a which is really cool is Adventure Time do their they publish their storyboards and
Yeah.
they publish their character sheets, and they've got a blog in it. I think it's like the King of Oo on Tumblr. And it's really fascinating. You might kind of enjoy just looking at that rather than watching the cartoon.
I like Adventure Time, to be honest. It's one of the cartoons that I do like.
Okay.
Again, though, they have continuity. Like, there is an ongoing story to it, and there is cause and effect.
That's kind of one of the reasons why I do enjoy Adventure Time as well. Like, because it's and the way they do their other episodes, kind of expanding the universe.
Yeah.
In a sense. But yeah, so you have so you have the storyboarders and you have the directors, and if that kind of helps a bit.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was just like, didn't really know what he did.
As opposed to films that have very easily distinguished roles like Gaffer, Third Gaffer.
Yep, Best Boy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Music. There's music in it.
Oh, the music is great. You haven't got to, have you? You've not seen Happy Happy Joy Joy, have you?
No, I have not, no.
That's a piece of art, in my opinion.
It's just really, again, it's like in a strange way, I find it relaxing.
What I thought was interesting about Happy Happy Joy Joy is that was actually a callback to a previous episode as well.
Yes, they hallucinate in the space episode, don't they?
Yeah.
And that's when he hears Happy Happy Joy Joy. And then...
Well, it's like, it's these weird Stimpies that get on a bus, and when they open their mouths, they say...
Yes, that's it, sorry,
Yeah. I don't know if that is the space episode, though.
It's not the one where they're in space, but it's one where they're exploring an alien planet, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. It's the one where he's talking about they're at the Galapagos Islands and they're looking at evolution.
That's it. They're looking at all these different animals.
Which are all just versions of Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then it's a bunch of, like, alligator Stimpies that are just going, happy, happy...
Joy.
See, I'm slowly convincing you that you actually enjoyed it.
No, you won't, Dan. He's not going to change his mind. He's an asshole.
Both of you.
I didn't hate it.
Yeah, but you didn't like it.
I'm just not going to watch any more.
No, I definitely am not going to watch it anymore.
Didn't it make you think of any other cartoons as well, though? Like Cow and Chicken and Two Stupid Dogs?
Yeah.
Right,
It reminded me of that era of cartoons.
I never really saw a lot of that era cartoons, like the Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network, Johnny Bravo, is that one of them?
Oh boy, yeah.
Never saw that. I only had CBBC and CITV as a kid.
But they played some of them.
I'm sure they didn't, because I would have seen them.
It was
not often, but
I had to go to my nan and granddad's, and I remember like using their whatever box it was to like watch Cartoon Network when I could.
Yeah, you needed a special boxy thing that my family could never afford.
See, but I didn't have one either. Like, as a really young kid, we had Sky, but that was before I was into these sort of cartoons. But I definitely, as a kid, saw Cow and Chicken, Cat Dog.
Oh, Cat Dog.
Shows like that, and I didn't have any of that stuff. But I used to watch. Like, I've seen a lot of Cow and Chicken.
I haven't seen any of them.
I think Cow and Chicken was on ITV, but obviously it wasn't on as much as it was on like Cartoon Network and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, also bear in mind there's like a good probably 4-year difference. I imagine there wasn't a lot of crossover when you were watching cartoons and I was.
6-year-old Liam was probably way too refined.
Well, no. You say it like that,
but
no, think about it. You weren't watching that when you were 2, were you? So what age would you have been when you were watching it?
I would have been primary school.
Yeah.
So
it's probably like 5 onwards.
So it would have been like a.
So Liam would have been 9.
Yeah. So I was probably. I was probably watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Well, I watched that anyway.
Watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
That was awesome. That was a show.
Well, you were 4 years too old for it at that point.
I probably watched the Tweenies way beyond when I should have stopped watching.
The Tweenies?
Oh, don't get me started. They all just wanted me to come and play with them.
You shouldn't have been watching the Tweenies at all.
Why not?
Because I remember the Tweenies because I had a younger sister who is
cousins.
8 years younger than me.
But how good was Jake?
Who?
I hate
Jake.
Oh, good lord.
What were they all? Milo, Jake, Bella?
Oh,
what's the Fizz? Something like that.
Fizz.
And then what was the dog called?
I don't remember the dog's name. He was too mature for Ren and Stimpy, but he would watch the Tweenies.
And then they do the bit where it'd be like, I'm Milo! I'm whatever! I'm Jake! And I'm... that didn't help me remember their names at all.
I've googled it for you, Liam.
Thank
the
you.
dog was called... There were 2 dogs.
Peter.
But the red one, which I think is the one you're talking about, was called Doodles.
Doodles! That's the one. He was my boy.
Let me just quickly check. When did Tweenies come out?
Let's not go down that
2002.
What?
It first aired in 1999, so, you know.
Yeah.
But let's be honest.
Let's not do the math on that.
2002 was when CBBC got it.
Let's not do the math on that.
Well, let's Liam. If you were 4 in 1991 when I was 0, then in 2002 you would have been 15. So let's just really think about that for a second there, Liam. At 15, you were too old for Ren and Stimpy, but fine with the tweenies.
Yeah, whatever. I didn't like it that much. I can't really, like, as I was watching it, I was trying to figure out what I didn't like about it, and I couldn't, like, pinpoint any one thing. I just felt really unfulfilled by it.
Okay, that's fair enough.
What would you give it out of 5, Liam?
1.5?
Oh,
Dan?
I like it. Well, the stuff I watched already, 4, but I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah, I'd probably give it a 3. So there you go, listeners. That's our ratings of it.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was alright. I'm not going to watch any more, but it was okay.
It didn't add anything to my life.
And Liam regrets that it took 2 hours out of his life.
Does it not?
It was
Does
more
not
than
make
2
you
hours.
Does it not make you want to watch like more of those kind of style of cartoons, like Ed, Ed and Eddie, or?
Oh, Ed,
I do feel like there is probably some of those cartoons would probably appeal to me more than Ren and Stimpy did, maybe, but I'm not gonna hunt them down.
Powerpuff Girls?
Never saw. I did see. I think one that I always wanted to see. I maybe saw an episode here and there. Was Dexter's Laboratory.
Oh man,
That was good, yeah.
But like, I did feel like I was watching Ren and Stimpy, and I was like, I'm 28 years of age. I probably I don't know what I'm supposed to be getting from this.
Again, though, listeners, 15 watching tweenies, but sure, fuck it, Liam, why not?
I mean, people can change is the thing that's important.
Yeah, that's what it is. Alright, so shall I do what are we doing next time?
Okay. No, I do it.
Okay.
You have to set me up though.
what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm a little bit curious.
So, I'm pleased you asked, Dan. Thank you very much for showing an interest. On the next episode of the Nerd on Nerd podcast, coming soon, we're going to be doing a movie which is available currently on Netflix UK called Turbo Kid. So,
Is that the snail film?
no, that's just Turbo.
Oh, okay.
If you've been paying attention to our Twitter, you will have seen what we'll be doing. So this whole thing's moot, and hopefully you'll have written in. But if not, we'll be recording on the day this episode goes up, because I'm going to America. So I'm going to say this time, it's cool if you don't write in. If you still want to write in, we'll read it out on the next one. Don't worry about it.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Nerd on Nerd. I've been Jack Hempster.
I've been Liam Underwood.
And he's been...
Dan Palmer.
If you want to get in contact with us, you can tweet us at nerdonnerd or email us at nerdonnerdpod@gmail.com. We've also got a new YouTube channel, which at the moment we're uploading episodes of this, the podcast too, but we've also got some special video episodes that will be going up, us doing different things. So if you want to go and look at that and subscribe to help us, because, you're lovely people, just go on YouTube and search Nerd on Nerd. The way I do it is I search Nerd on Nerd. It's called a fleshlight, which is slightly weird to type in, but trust me, it gets you there.
You're spoiling them, you are.
We're making it so easy. Do you want to mention your Twitter handle, Dan, or are we not doing that? I don't mind.
Okay, thank you.
He doesn't want to because he's a secret man with a secret life.
I'm like a spy. I shouldn't even be doing this, to be honest.
That's actually a huge mistake, you even saying you're a spy.
Maybe that's a trick. Maybe I'm not a spy.
Oh,
but
shit. Maybe that's the trick.
Oh no.
If you want to go on iTunes, well, if you want to, go and rate us 5 stars. I'm not going to mention all the other star ratings you could give us because we are so good that I know you'll give us 5.
You could even write a nice little review so we know what we're doing right.
Which is all of it.
Yep.
Being yourselves.
Thank you, Dan.
I'd also like to say a big thank you to our very special guest.
Oh, do I get chocolates?
No.
Oh.
We don't have the budget.
I don't eat chocolate.
Oh,
I like that stops you buying him chocolate.
Can I have a fruit bowl then?
Yes, come over. I'll make you a nice bowl of fruit. My local Tesco's have started doing blackberries now, which makes me all sorts of happy.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.